Hey guys, yo, it's David here from Social God. I wanted to start off this channel by introducing you to 10 or 20 thought leaders in the space that I think are worth your time exploring. I found that that's probably the best way for me to get started in this channel. Essentially, what I want to do is I want to bring up the top 10 or 20 thought leaders that I think are worth your time as a man exploring. But I want to start things off on a nice classic humorous note. We're going to start off with the hot, crazy matrix. So let's get started with the hot, crazy matrix. I'm going to bring that up for you right now. All right, let's get started. Here we go.
Okay, so this is the universal hot, crazy matrix. It's everything a young man needs to know about women. I've developed this on my own over 46 years of living on the earth. So this is how it works. You have your crazy axis and your hot axis. Hot is, as usual, measured from 0 to 10. We're all familiar with that. Crazy is measured from 4 to 10 because, of course, there's no such thing as a woman who's not at least a 4 crazy. So you got 4 to 10. This is your hot, crazy line right here. Very important that you keep in mind where the hot, crazy line is. As a rule, this is your no-go zone. We do not hang around and date and marry women who are not, at least in our mind, a 5. So this is your no-go zone. You don't go here. We just rule this out. Life is better this way. That's the way it is. All right. Above a 5 and to about an 8 and below the crazy line, this is your fun zone. You can hang out here and meet these girls and spend time with them. That's your fun zone, but keep in mind when you're in the fun zone, you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location. Okay? So that's the fun zone above a 5, hot, below an 8, hot, and below the crazy line.
Guys, I'm going to quickly interject in a couple of parts. The fun zone 5 to 8, that is where you learn game. That is where you learn the craft. That is where you basically go out and you learn how to meet and attract and date women and run through the process of basically, you know, dating multiple women, spinning plates, all of that kind of thing. This is where you actually learn your craft because you're just going through the motions, right? They're not super hot. So basically it doesn't matter if you burn these leads and you can just sort of keep learning your craft in the fun zone.
This means these are most of the time not crazy. Okay? Above the danger zone, above the crazy line, we have the danger zone. This is your redheads, your strippers, anyone named Tiffany. This is hairdressers. This is where your car gets keyed. You get a bunny in the pot. Your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail.
Or your head gets cut off.
Now that we have some of the chart filled in, we got a couple more pieces to put in. But at this point, understand something. This is not a static environment. This is a situation where you have got to use this matrix over time to develop some reliable data. It's like
this is what it means to become an experienced high-value guy, and you understand your standards, and basically you are developing a cluster of data so you can read what the fuck's going on with some of the women that you're dating.
Like a dope chart, okay? Because at any moment in time, any woman that you have previously located on this chart can vanish from that location and appear anywhere else on the chart.
Which is true.
So what you have to do is over time collect some data. And once you have a cluster of data points, you can begin to consider that reliable. Now, moving on, you have this zone here. This is below the crazy line, above an 8 hot, but still, you know, about a 7 crazy. This is your date zone. You can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are women that you introduce to your friends and your family. They're good looking and they're reasonably not crazy most of the time. Okay, so this is, you can stay here indefinitely. Now, above an 8 hot and between about a 7 and a 5 crazy, this is your wife zone. Okay, when you meet this girl,
these are the girls you
should
down.
Consider a long-term relationship. This zone is not scaled to size. This is a representation and not an actual. This is not a pie chart showing you how many of these people are out there. This is simply a representation of what you're after. You want to be 5 to 7 crazy, above an 8 hot. That's your wife zone. Okay. Now, below a 5 crazy and above an 8 hot, this is your unicorn zone. These things don't exist.
Very funny. So
if you
funny.
find a unicorn, please capture it safely, keep it alive. We'd like to study it and maybe look at how to replicate that. Okay? So I was explaining this to a guy one time, and he said, wait a minute. I met this girl, and she's like smoking hot. She's like at least a 9, and she's chill. She's totally cool. She's like not even a 3 crazy. I said, you're telling me you've met a girl, she's a 9 hot, and she's like a 2 or a 3 crazy. He said, yeah, man, I like her a lot. I said, you should be careful. That's a dude, you're talking to a tranny. So you got to be careful, because down here below a 4 crazy and above an 8 hot, you're probably talking to a dude.
Now, the good thing about this is they go on to speak about, you know, a woman's hot crazy matrix. So let's listen to that.
That is the universal hot crazy matrix.
All right, Dana, that was pretty good. Now, let me ask you, like, for the women watching, is there a male version of that? I mean, would it also be?
Oh yeah, it's a little simpler.
If a dude is super hot, okay.
Yeah, it's a little simpler, but we can do it real quick. It doesn't take very long at all. For women, this is your matrix. You got your cute axis, and you got your money axis. Okay, and if you have, there's only 3 sections. Women have a very large no-go zone.
And we know this, women do have a very large no-go zone. That's why 80% of the men out there on the dating market achieve no success, is because they have a large no-go zone. So you have to have some characteristics that make you an attractive man in this day and age. And that's the bare facts of it. That's, you know, he's spitting the truth there.
This is for dudes who are neither hot nor have a lot of money.
Correct.
You'll notice over here, this is the husband section. Once you cross a line and have sufficient amounts of money, it is no longer relevant how hot you are. And then women have a fun zone here where a dude is broke but hot. That is the cute versus rich matrix for women's use.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, as you can see, that's quite funny. Just a little bit of a laugh to get us started on the channel. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that. Guys, it's David here from Social God. I'm going to be creating more content. I'm a men's dating and personal branding photographer here in Australia. Looking forward to helping you on your goal in the game. We're going to be covering a lot of reaction videos of different content creators in the space. These are people that I follow personally. And then I'm also going to go into, you know, the things that we can cover together in order to help you improve your photography, improve your online presence, and start to match with higher quality women, both on dating apps and also on Instagram. So that's David here from Social God. Talk to you soon. Cheers.